10 secrets you're allowed to keep from your woman. Hi, guys. My name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm your dating, relationship, and life coach for you men to not only master your dating skills and attraction skills, to better your relationship and your life overall. So, we're going to dive right in, and I'm going to give you exactly the secrets that it is okay, guys, for you to keep from women. And I've talked about this with a lot of men, and I'm really excited to share this video with you. So, first and foremost, I think it's really important to mention number one is your family issues. Okay, so especially in the beginning of your courting a woman or attracting a woman, you don't want to give her too much info about family issues, quote unquote. Because especially if she's a family oriented woman, she might not like this, and also probably it'll diminish attraction for her. But also, on the other component of this is if she does like you and she does care about you as the relationship grows, she's actually going to make her judgments before she even meets your family or after she meets your family. And I think it's a beautiful thing when you allow your partner to make judgments of how people show up as they get to know them. So when you're not wanting her to make judgments about your family, then don't share the family issues as well, especially too early on. I think also in relationship and marriage long term, for me, I'm a big believer that I don't think that you should always have to share family issues. So if you have a close cousin and he's going through a divorce, let's just say, and something has happened with his family and he confides in you, I don't think it's necessarily important for you to share with your partner. I think family issues like this also keep in the family, and not everything is meant to be shared with your partner. The only times I think that needs to be shared is if it's intertwining with the both of yours relationship. So make sure also she's the one before you open up the door to your family. Make sure she's the one before you open up the door to some of these issues as well. So number two is telling her how much you make, basically, how much money you make. So, I've actually had some men tell me that women will openly ask them how much money that they make on a date, which I'm not too sure how I feel about yet. I think that it depends on how you guys met, it depends on the tonality, and it depends on why she's asking this question in the first place. Especially if you meet like a woman that's only interested in men for their money, like a gold digger, aka. This telling her how much you might make, it might influence her decision about you, and the decision that she makes. And you want to make sure that you are making sure that you choose women accordingly because of you. They want to be with you, not because of the size of your wallet. She also may even pass judgment if your income is lower than hers, right? So I think that this can also bring up a tone of that she's going to pass judgment about it. I think that a woman would pass judgment about it in the nuances of it, like maybe first, second, third date. But once you start to get to know a woman, and if she's really invested in this relationship with you, what's really important too is to know that I'm not too sure that she's going to pass judgment if she has a lower income. Because she really is wanting for you and her to work out and be in a relationship together. And she might see your goals, she might see your ambitions and things like this that will get her more attracted to you. I don't think that if you make that much lower than her, it's a big, what should I say? It's a big cutoff. Like it's not good enough for you. It's a red flag in some terms to a woman. No, I think if you have an income for yourself that you're able to keep a roof over your head, pay your bills, and enjoy life, then it shouldn't be at a lack of value, quote unquote. It should enhance your value. And if a woman is looking at it like this, then she's not the right one for you. Next is number three, is you think her friend is hot. Okay, guys, this is a big one. If you are dating a beautiful woman, but you think that her friend is even more prettier or is hot or is just like, whoa, like you've kind of taken back by her, never open up about this. Even when she asks you, do you think she's pretty? Because all the guys like her, do you think she's hot? All you have to say is she's just not my style, right? She's cool, but she's not my style. Because if you really say, yes, I think she's hot, or if you bring it up in the conversation, oh my gosh, this will never go away. This will follow you and chase you for years and years and years and years. It will lead to distrust, and it'll also probably lead to her distrusting her friend or not wanting the friend around as much, and probably not wanting that friendship to blossom, because it can lead to worse situations in the relationship too. So if she thinks that, let's say she has brown hair and her friend has blonde hair, so every blonde hair girl that comes across your way, she's going to start questioning your intentions about her. Understand too that I think that as humans, we're always attracted to people. Like we can find other people attractive, okay? But it's not about acting on these feelings, right? It's not about how we're going to act on these feelings, because people are in relationships for years and years. Our sensory meter of who we find attractive doesn't go off. It's just about how are we acting on the feelings, or how are we not acting on the feelings. That is the most important part. Number 4 is how many women you have slept with. Nobody needs to know how many women you slept with. And also, you don't need to know how many men she's slept with, okay? This is really, really important. I think that in our society, it's like, oh, the more numbers that you have on your belt for men, the better you are. And the more numbers you have a woman has on her belt, the lax she is, right? So this is all comes down to how your perspective is when it comes to your sexual relationship and sex relationships with women, and how you project yourself onto women. So I understand when you want to choose a woman that doesn't have a lot of sexual experiences, just as much I understand as a man that wants to choose a woman that does or doesn't care. But when it comes down to you, when a woman, and many women will ask this, how many women you slept with, you're not going to tell her 100 if it's been 100. You're not going to tell her 50 if it's been 50. I don't even think that you need to answer the question, okay, in general, because I'm not sure anybody truly needs to know that. I think it's important to test yourself and be cautious before being intimate with someone, of course, but a number does not come down to how clean you are, quote unquote. So just let her know you are experienced, and thanks for your interest. Wink. Handle it that way. Number 5 is your insecurities. So a woman does not need to know about your insecurities. A lot of us will get mistaken about vulnerability and how this is vulnerable, but Apollonia, you've told me to be open, emotionally vulnerable and open, but that has nothing to do with vulnerability. So telling a woman what you're looking for and telling her that you like her is a vulnerability. Telling her something about a story that you overcame in your life is a vulnerability. Sharing your upbringing about your life and giving her the insights about you and your perspective is a vulnerability. But telling her that you haven't dated in 5 years, or slept with a woman in 2 years, or never talked to a woman looks like a weakness, guys, okay? We don't need to devour our weaknesses on her, because a woman does not want to know this because she wants to feel empowered with her man. That's not empowering. So keep those things to yourself and just show up. Instead, don't try to gain her sympathy, guys, because the reason why we share insecurities is because we have a wrong understanding of what vulnerability means. And then we're going into vulnerability thinking like, I have to share my sympathy because that's also vulnerability. And if I gain her sympathy, then she will think I'm vulnerable. And this is not it. This will dismiss attraction, and you want to keep these insecurities to yourself. So women have to earn this also too in a relationship, because you offer trust and you build it together. Not everybody can handle your insecurities. And so as time goes on, a woman can be open to it and know it in a relationship and marriage, but partnerships are supposed to lift you and share it, and sharing it together can help, but not all the time as well. So you want to make sure that when you're in a partnership and you share your insecurities, you're sharing it based on a balance of trust and awareness, and you're going to follow through and you're going to do things together and embrace a breakthrough for the both of you to challenge yourself to embrace new securities, so these insecurities don't follow you in your life and in your relationship. Number 6 is, don't tell a woman that her smell is off, or you don't like something specific on her body, like a specific body part, because this is going to really challenge you to really position yourself in a way that you're attracted to her. Because if you tell her that her smell is off, or that you don't like a specific part of her body, oh my goodness, that's going to bring out so much insecurities. And this is also pretty toxic for a man to do to a woman, because there's a lot of body shaming in general with women in our world, in our country, in the United States specifically, but I think in our whole world. And what's really important is that instead of focusing on a specific body part, let's say that you notice that you don't like something about her, but how much are you focusing on it? Are you nitpicking it? And are you being superficial? Because everything is basically fixable. You can fix things if you encourage it. So encourage to do things with her. If she needs to go to the gym a little bit more, enjoy some gym exercises together. If her smell is off, get her a new body lotion. Whatever it is that you have to do, embrace that as well. You don't want to openly tell her that. Now, I think that if her breath smells, hand her a mint, things like this is really important. Number 7 is how great your ex was and that you still miss her, possibly. Okay, you're never going to talk about how great your ex-girlfriend was, because if she wants to be your girlfriend and you're talking about how great your ex-girlfriend is, this is also going to live in her head, and you're going to feel like you're also in a relationship with your ex for the next couple months, years, or however long you're dating this woman. I think it's really important to also understand that when an ex is an ex, it is an ex for a reason. And even though we can still say great things about the breakup and the person, she was a great person, but she wasn't the one for me. We also don't need to know the details. Oh, she was so great because she did this for me. She cooked for me, and she was so great because of this. And you're kind of throwing it in her face to make her challenge her. So you're comparing the two partnerships. And so this is also going to lead to toxic behaviors in the relationship. And I wouldn't be surprised if she starts doing the same thing to you. Number 8 is how your best friend cheats on women. Guys, women don't need to know this. Okay, so I want to give you a story. I know many men that have been friends with guys since high school or elementary school or even college, right? You know you have that one friend that's like, he's crazy, right? And you accept him for who he is. But the things that he does are things that you probably definitely wouldn't do, right? And you both know that. And that's why you probably love him, is because he lives a life different than yours. It's interesting and he's fun. He's always there for you and he supports you. He loves your life. He loves your children. He loves your kids. He loves your girlfriend. He wants you to be happy, whatever the case may be. But if you notice that your best friend is always cheating on women, or maybe like a woman's man and doesn't want to commit, let's just say, right? You don't want to also complain about this to your girlfriend. You want to make sure that you keep a healthy balance in sharing less details in regards to your friends. Because if you have a best friend that do this, some women will automatically assume, especially if they're insecure within themselves, that you will be the man that does this too, right? I think it takes a really secure woman to really know her man and know that he is disciplined enough not to have those and he has different values. Know it, but also it's important for the man to show it as well, because that's where it comes into play hand in hand. Number 9 is about your one night stands and why you didn't like the girls. Okay, so number 9, this is funny because many women ask about one night stands, okay? And why did you have a one night stand with her but dated me, right? So she wants details on why you chose her instead of another girl and why you didn't like another girl. This is kind of like a test to see how you'll talk about women. So it's really important that you just say, we just really just wanted to have intimacy together and that was it. We just want to have sex together and that was it. And not go into the reasons why you didn't like her and da-da-da-da, because then you're talking bad about another woman. And this does not always sit well with a woman as well. Now let's get into the last one, number 10. Now, before I go into number 10, I want you to know that I have something for you. It's my free 7-day free trial to access my membership community. This is a VIP membership community where I go on lives with you on Zoom lives once a week, and we have topics and I have guest interviews in there. I have special live programs, and also you're involved in a Facebook community that's completely private with all my VIP members, and you have access to all my challenges that I come out with every year. So what's important for me right now is for you not only to click the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video, but also visit and enroll in the 7-day free trial of my VIP membership, and that'll be below in the description box. And also to my members now, I want to say a special hello to you. Now let's go into number 10, is your deepest, darkest secrets. Your deepest, darkest secrets are not something that many people have to know, okay? All of us, majority of us might have deepest, darkest secrets, but I don't think it's like, not a lot of us have these deep hidden secrets, but also too, maybe we do. And so I think that this is an opportunity for you to understand that a woman doesn't need to know your deepest, darkest secrets necessarily anytime or all the time. I think depending on your relationship, if they come up and it's something that comes up in life that they need to know because it's hindering your growth or it's hindering your life, your day-to-day, then yes, I think it's okay to keep these to yourself because it's about a relationship with yourself. It's not about opening up everything. It's like poker. It's like the game of poker. You're not going to show all your cards in the beginning, right? You're not going to show your hand in the beginning. And so also too, in a marriage, you're not going to always, or in a relationship, I should say too, you're not going to show your hands all the time, especially if something is negating the both of you from showing up. You're really going to take it one step at a time, one card at a time, so you can work on one thing at a time. And then you're in the active game of life and pursuing two things, because if we show all our cards, what's going to happen? It becomes overwhelming. So what we have to do is we have to equally pace and do stepping stones to get us to how are we going to resolve this conflict? How are we going to resolve this? How are we going to choose better too, I think, in dating as well. And so with that said, I want you to know that I have so many other videos about this, and I want you to watch my next video, the 10 types of women who cheat, right over here on the cards. Don't forget to click below and sign up for my 7-day free trial, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.